Alright, our final act for the night. She's done this before and she loved it so much she's back. Meena Sundaram!
Good evening, everyone. My name is Meena and I'm doing a PhD in plant ecology. And I love rare things, whether they be rare plants, rare humans, or successful, benign dictatorships. Successful, benign dictatorships are definitely the rarest of them all. And that's why they're so special. But I truly believe that our only hope to prevent this impending environmental apocalypse. As if we do face an environmental apocalypse, not only will a lot of humans die, but we will lose a lot of rare plant species, and I simply cannot have that on my watch. I love rare plants, particularly rare plants when they're flowering, blooming so magnificently. Like the button wrinklewort, a plant that's rare as its ridiculously beautiful name. When I see them flowering, I can't stop smiling, and I feel like I'm holding 1,000 warm suns in my hand, without the pain and the death and the third degree burns. Just the beauty. I love rare plants so much, I think I understand them a lot better than I do humans. Humans can be so complicated, whether they be the actions of a dictator or a date. Take dating. If I was on a first date and a fella gave me a bunch of flowers, I would be so confused, and if not, feel quite uncomfortable. Why? Well, flowers are kind of the reproductive parts of a plant, containing both the male and the female parts. So if a fella gave me flowers, he might as well have just texted me an eggplant and a peach emoji, and just state that he'd like to be reproducing. So, me seeing flowers in a funeral is doubly confusing and frankly uncomfortable. What are funeral flowers meant to say? Necrophilia? Humans are so strangely beautiful, and when I do find a rare human, it makes me almost as happy as finding a rare plant flowering. But the only way I can tell that I found a rare human is to imagine them as a plant. Take, for instance, Rachel, who was on earlier. I see her as an alocasia, commonly known as elephant ears. And no, not just because she loves elephants, but because the plant has these supersized, heart-shaped leaves that are as big as Rachel's heart. My mate Matt, who was on before, he's a Eucalyptus botryoides, commonly known as a southern mahogany. He's a tall, gentle bloke who's often found near the coast and loves a good bushfire. But what is it that makes a rare plant so special? Well, rare plants are often species that are found in very low numbers in very highly specific areas within an ecosystem. They're a lot like introverts in a human city. You often find them in really low numbers, whether they be libraries, museums, or playing lawn bowls. But what makes rare plants special is that they cooperate really well with one another to ensure their mutual survival. You might often find rare plants working collectively with one another to resolve problems such as signalling other plants if there's hungry herbivores around, sharing nutrients in the soil, or even working with fungi to boost a plant's immune system. And these positive connections make rare plants, not only rare as humans, so special. I reckon when rare plants meet, they properly introduce themselves to one another. Perhaps a "how you doing" from a fellow button wrinkle ward. That would certainly make me blush, but also question my sanity a little bit. At least I know a rare plant wouldn't give me a bouquet of flowers on the first date. They too like to take things slowly. Common plants, however, are a lot like extroverts. You often find them in big bunches wherever you go, whether it be the pub, the club, or football stadiums. Common species, however, compete with other species for resources to ensure their dominance and their survival. It's a bit like having Donald Trump supporters and Boris Johnson followers fighting for the last toilet paper roll in existence. Perhaps humans are a lot more like plants than I thought. Take our Australian government for example. It's full of a common species known as the old, white, competitive male. No wonder we aren't getting anything done in terms of combating climate change and biodiversity loss. They're all too busy competing with each other for coal and the limited power that they have. I think we might need a rare human in charge to prevent this impending environmental apocalypse. Because it seems as if bad dictators, and democracies for that matter, make us humans pretend we're common species and make us fight for shared resources, whether it be shelter, food, or toilet paper. But most of us humans are rare and unique in our own special ways. So if rare plants can work well with one another to ensure their mutual survival, surely us humans can do the same. I think I may have found the root to all of our problems. We need a successful, benign dictatorship to prevent the impending environmental apocalypse, led by a sweet rare person doing a PhD in plant biology. At the risk of sounding like a certain US president, I think I can build a great, successful, benign dictatorship. The best dictatorship. The first ever successful, benign, plant-human dictatorship using rare plant and rare human wisdom. The plants and I could definitely resolve all our problems re climate change and biodiversity loss, prevent this impending environmental apocalypse. No walls needed. And I, of course, would be your benevolent dictator, the greatest rare plant woman of them all. Sowing seeds of kindness, knowledge, and collaboration. I would make sure that I'd make it a wonderful world, not for the rare plants that I love, but for the rare humans out there too. I think I might even find someone that I would give a bouquet of flowers to. Thank you and good night.
Meena, through the road.